Alrighty then, good morning, or should I say good evening. Welcome one and all, my name is Michael, I'm the Devil's Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition Gatewalkers, our epic and awesome Pathfinder 2nd Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who help support the channel, keep the lights on, and do all the cool, fun, and amazing stuff. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
Hello.
folks.
It's so good to see you guys. I'm very excited for today's session. I hope you guys are keen as well. Oh boy, do we have a game today. What are we going to be doing? Well, you'll find out in just a moment. But before we kick off, we have some people to thank who, help us keep the lights on here and do all the cool stuff that we do. First of all, we have Fantasy Grounds for the VTT of choice that you can see behind us that allows me to connect to all my players all around the world and get to share the game table with them. So thank you to Fantasy Grounds for all of that and stuff. Did I miss something here? Why is my DAG survival check so high? When did that happen? Did that happen at some point? I don't know. I have to check that. Anyway, moving on. We then have lovely and amazing sound effects, courtesy of Sirenscape. The beautiful music that you hear throughout the course of the game, many of the sound effects, all is made using an incredible soundboard. So yeah, go check that out. That is kind of cool. Und then we have our lovely and amazing people over at Hero Forge for the artwork that you can see on stream here, ranging from Ostra down in the corner there to all of my character tokens. These are made using an amazing 3D model making software that allows you to, boom, create this awesome and amazing 3D printed models that you can have shipped to you anywhere in the world. Yeah, so go check those out. Those are freaking awesome. Yeah. But of course, no RPG is complete without a group of intrepid explorers to embark upon these quests, to do all the adventures and stuff like that. So I'm going to now turn the ball over to my wonderful players to tell the audience about all of their characters and well, just a little tidbit on what's going on and stuff like that. So, starting off with none other than our friend Lashara, played by the wonderful OG Lava Kitten.
Hello. I am playing Lushara, who is an elven witch, traveling with her familiar Magnus and her bunny friend Monty, and is traveling with this group to figure out what happened with these missing moments because she's looking for clues as to where her memories went, as well as where her brother is, because that's her ultimate goal here. And right now she's very concerned because what is supposed to be, an apology turned into doors being slammed shut and everybody on alert. So, yeah, we're trying. We're just, yeah, that's what's going on in her brain right now. Like, oh my God, what is happening?
And I'm Sky playing the dwarf Belrotar, who, let's be fair, after last week, I think we found out why no one wants him to talk because he occasionally says the wrong thing. uh, yeah. Let's see if he talks his way out of this one.
Hello, I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion. Rungul is a Lashunta thaumaturge from the planet Castrovel. Joined up with the party as they were being attacked by a dragon at a gate that they made their way back to their home. Rungul has wanted to go with them just because he has learned about pretty much all the fauna that exists on Castrovel, so he wishes, as a thaumaturge, to learn more about their planet. So he kind of went with them, but at the same time wishes to make a guild in the future for future adventures and gain some titles for them as he takes the names of the creatures he defeats, and then he can give them to his guildmates later as a reward. Kind of a title upgrade, you know.
Hello, I'm Jen. I play Aelith. I also am on search for my home, my family. ran into this ragtag group, hoping that we could get some answers together, and eventually found myself in a situation, confused as to what happened now that doors had been slammed and barred, and not only the hobgoblins, but the Navy. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hello, I'm Mac and I play Viv, originally the puppet summoner, now a human summoner. After wonderful, strange things happen whenever we went to get a lost ship. They kind of were relieved of their physical form, then they were brought back, but with a human form. It's strange how this Fey magic works. And now they don't know what was said, but they're realizing that Birotar said something he shouldn't have, and they're just waiting to see what the group decides to do, essentially, before they act.
Yep, that is what's happening. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of my players, of course, for being here and getting ready for today's game. Also, a very, very big welcome to everyone in chat. Guys, you are a vital part of every single session that we have. Just having you guys here honestly gives me so much strength and so much, joy just to kind of see you guys all here. Every single time I get up to stream, it's always exciting to see my players, but the audience is the fire that lights inside of me. So guys, thank you so much for being here. And I just want to take a moment to give you guys not only a warm welcome, but invite you to come and play with us, to have a bit of fun while we're online. So if you are catching the show live, there are a number of ways that you too can participate while we play. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. This ranges from things like inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine healing, and much, much more. So go check all those things out. And then we have, of course, our monetary donations, which help keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel and allows me to eat solid food. All of the things go towards the DAG Survival Monthly check, but each of these rewards also have a far more tangible effect on the game as we play. First of all, we have our $5 donation, which is a hero point or a jinx point. The hero point is a red mark that you see underneath my players, and they can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points are these little purple marks that can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or make things slightly more complicated. For $10, I'll draw from one of two decks that I have in front of me. The first is a deck of Heroic Actions, which gives a player of your choice an emergency hero point and a free superpower that they can use as a free action. The second is a draw from the deck of Plot Twists and Flashbacks, which is kind of like a story prompt that allows me to read whatever story prompt I get from the card and try to insert it into today's game. Keeps me on my edge as a improv storyteller, and just make sure that our game is never boring. That is definitely not ever a problem. We then have, of course, our natural 20, which, of course, is the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to fucking work. So that's what we make happen. It's really, really useful. It's very, very helpful and helps my my players feel like bloody champions. Natural 20s. I don't have any, but you can give them to the DM as well. Just saying, putting it out there. Then, of course, we have our $50 donation where we have 3 tiers, or 3 rewards at the $50 tier. First is, of course, a boss buff where we increase the difficulty of a challenge. This challenge already has a boss buff in the form of an aura of, it's an aura of misfortune, should I say, that is centered around Bilratar. But we have other things that we can play in order to make things more difficult. Things like changing the terrain, upping the difficulty of the monsters, tons of stuff like that. It's a massive, massive boost to the bad guys. And if you feel like it, hey, why not? Then, of course, we have our second $50 donation, which is a magic item. Player of your choosing will get a magic item. This can be a homebrew item you design. You could ask me to design a item for their gear, like something customized to their character, or you can give them something from their wish list, which is always greatly appreciated. So that's our other $50 reward. The last one is a draw from a deck of Harrow reading, a mysterious tarot that will predict the future for our heroes. If they lean into that future, they will get lean in or reject that future, should I say. They will get a natural 20 or a critical success in whatever they're trying to do, plus a boost for the entire duration of the game in the form of a 6-sided dice added to every single one of the checks with the associated skill on the Harrow reading, and once per scene, be able to re-roll a skill that uses their statistic. So there's that. Lastly, we have our $100 secret menu item. $100. Now, I know what everyone wants. This week has been a big week, okay? I have received message after message about what is happening in this game. I have had meetings with my players. I have had meetings with the audience. This has been a thing. So, here is the big twist. Schoolie, take off your fucking headphones.
Ooh.
Oh!
For $100, Ostra will join the fray as an ally to the group. But that's not what the $100 is for. Our Ostra's already a created character, and as you guys know, is a core standard for the $100 donation. I usually let people create a character. So why would Michael use $100 to bring a character that's already in the game back into this fight, when everything's at stake? Well, here is why. Because the $100 will go towards the reality, the plot twist that Ostra nor the Obsidian Oath were responsible for killing Bilratar's mercenaries. There was someone else involved, and Ostra has always known this. But Bilratar has not. So that is the plot twist that will happen. Now, at no point will Schoolie and Bilratar know this information, but you as an audience members, you as the players, the other players will know this as well, because yes, that'll basically be it. So that is our plot twist. The plot twist is the ultimate antithesis of Bilratar, the ultimate nemesis and enemy, will, in fact, have been trying to protect or save Bilratar the entire time, but gave Bilratar a villain to deal with. And by the way, yes, this will have something to do with the missing moments. Oh, you know what? I will throw this one in. For an extra $50, if we get the $100 donation, if we get it, the extra $50 will go towards this twist. Bilratar was always a member of the Obsidian Oath until his memories were taken. And Ostra has been looking for Bilratar the entire time. Now the only reason he's traveling with the group is to find out who took Bilratar's memory and kill them. So there you go. Those are our 2 tiers of that donation. Okay. Either be the little thumbs up for you, Schoolie. You can put your headphones on. There it is. All right, so there you go. I will turn Schoolie into a skeleton, and he will come back as a new version of
He'll be the new Arseni.
Arseni, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he'll hate trees.
He'll
too.
be a sorcerer who's trying to be a bard.
Yeah, exactly.
But he'll be a fighter who's a barbarian.
Okay, cool. And also, yes, as Cookiemon says, splitting is permitted. Do let me know if you want to do that. And you know what? I'll even go so far, because normally I don't do a tier this big for something that is effectively not as much as I like to give. I will also accept split payments as well as future honor payments from people who are regular donators to the stream and stuff like that. So if you're like, hey, I'll get you next week, I'll take it as in good faith, because again, the people who donate to the stream I find are always the same few people. I trust you guys. You guys are amazing, and yeah, that's super happy for me to do. So yeah, there you go.
A secret menu item is good when Dag's saying he accepts IOU ones.
It's true. It is a good one. And you know what? I'll also let the donator / donators pull the trigger on when said thing occurs. So if it occurs, there you go. All right, everyone good? All right. I didn't miss any donations, did I? Yet. Fantastic.
There was.
There was
a donation.
There was a donation.
From
Oh, there
Cookie.
was Cookie, $60 already. See, Cookie, you're firing off so quick. I'm not even noticing. Nat 20 for the 3 players who do not have them. Guys,
Aw.
a big salute for our dear friend Cookie. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir. Thank you for your donation. Nat 20 for Rongol. Nat
Yay.
20 for Lushara. And a shiny Nat 20 for Viv. All of our players might need it.
Yay.
All right. So, without any further ado, when last we left our heroes, they had recently arrived at the small portside town of Egade. No worries. Nice to see you again, Fox. Also, check your messages. I keep sending messages to you. You don't respond. Makes me sad. Have a good night. Mwah. Okay. Now, the town of Egade, a portside town that is normally quite well off. There are obviously smugglers and a few ne'er-do-wells that are remnants of the great war of the world wound that happened in the neighboring country. But justice is alive and well here in the city, as our heroes, currently under the escort of the Chelish Navy, managed to be captured and brought to justice by Kitari Lambosa, a Chelish captain who has caught Bilratar, a fugitive from the law, for having assaulted a hobgoblin ambassador in the city of Cheliax, or in the nation of Cheliax. Issued with the judgment of having to present a formal apology and surrendering a final punishment to the embassy themselves, Bilratar and company agreed to follow our hero, to follow these Navy people to the embassy. Sure enough, upon arrival, their meeting was swift. Bilratar was brought before the ambassador, who was very, very keen to hear Bilratar's apology for assaulting their fellow bureaucrat. Bilratar, in a humble form, decided to speak his great and magical words, which effectively was, "I'm sorry that you're sensitive pricks, fuck yourselves, fuck this place, fuck your heads, and you all look like footballs and smell like feet." It wasn't that, but, you know, the gist was pretty much there. Now, said in Dwarven, it was thought that that maybe you know, people didn't really understand what Bilratar was saying, that he was saying it in such a true, noble, and honest way. You know, what could possibly have gone wrong? Except, it then dawned upon them that they were in an embassy with diplomats who specialize in multicultural connections and relations, and likely, or unlikely though it may be, this hobgoblin spoke very fluent Dwarvish indeed, and was not tickled by the brazen insult to his people and the incident in question. In a fit of anger, the chamber has been sealed. The order has been given for Bilratar to be executed on the spot, and the group, now caught in the fray, uncertain of what has transpired, as they don't speak Dwarvish, as swords, bows, and blades are drawn. This is where we begin today's session. So, without any further ado, ooh, this one's called A Bad Day. I like that. Let's try. let's try this one.
That sounds right.
And could you share the map, please?
Oh, of course I can. Hold on one moment.
Thank
Oh, I might need to reset my Sirenscape real quick. Pardonnez-moi. Music will come in a moment. And we're going to fly into an initiative order. All right. Everyone's waiting with bated breath to see this, because this is going to determine so much of today. All right. Initiative is rolled. First on the list, we have Aelith, followed by Rongol, followed by Viv,
Ooh.
then Captain Lambosa, then Lushara, Then the goblins by the door, I believe. Or one of the goblins by the door. Then the hobgoblin ambassador. Then Bilrata. Then the Hell Knights that are in the security detail for the Chelish. Then the archers. And last but not least, we have Viv.
We're so in trouble.
Actually, that might not be Viv. That might be Puppet Viv. No, yeah, no, that's Puppet Viv. Never mind.
I'm trying to make the human Viv character sheet
No,
rapidly.
you're fine. Okay, so the archers are last. Okay, so let's see if this will work now. Do we have music? Nice. Fucking love it. Sirenscape, ladies and gentlemen, please and thank you. Just, yeah. Even if you go and be like, hey, I listened to your Sirenscape on Dag's channel last time. You know. All right, Aelith. You are up first. And we have received the $150 donation tier from our 2 donators, Cookie Mon Steve and Split with Cookie, aka OG. OG, thank you, bloody legend you. Which means we know what's going to happen. Again, no spoilers at all about it. But I will ask, because OG's in chat, you know, I hope you don't mind if I give Cookie the button to push when, yeah, fantastic. Okay, so Cookie, when you deem it fit, push the button and they will be entered into the round post haste. So there you go. All right, Aelith. Now, just so you know, Jen was one of the people who we had big chats with about, what do I do? What do I do? There's so many things to do. And so I'm very glad to tell you that you're first in initiative. So,
Thanks for that.
So you can't even wait to see what happens. You're the one who starts the ball rolling.
Well, there is always the mechanic to optionally delay your initiative down.
You can delay your initiative. Yes, you can. That is always an option.
Yes, I would like to delay my initiative, and I'm just gonna ask, what the hell is happening?
All right. Who would answer you if anything? No one's gonna answer you. Actually, no. The ambassador will. The ambassador will say, oh, what was his voice? It was Alan Tudyk. Yes! No, I remember now. Yes! This filthy, dirt-munching son of a bitch spat in the face of the Hobgoblin Embassy, and we will not stand this slight against our people, and we must show those who wish to treat with the Hobgoblins that such behavior will not be tolerated. Not here. Not in any of the lands ruled by the Hobgoblins. But we're in the delay, so we're not going to have a conversation. Rongal.
Yep.
Does it look like the 3 in front of us that are behind Bill? Like the I think, her name was Captain Lambosa. Does it look like she and her guards are about to kind of engage with Bill?
Good question. I would say that they are at the ready. It doesn't look like they're the ones encroaching on Bill.
Okay, so Rongol will just get his combat grapple ready, and he says, Captain Lambosa, if you engage, this is between Bill and the embassy. If you engage, we must engage as well then. And basically I'm holding my action to shoot a grapple, and grapple, not to attack, but to grapple whoever tries to go for Bill Rotar first. And just kind of hold him back.
Okay.
That'll be my readied action.
Very well. Your ready action.
As I say that.
Yep, your ready action is ready. Bill, you hear this? Do you have any response as Rongol says that?
I'm trying to put myself in the frame of mind. I've got a funny feeling most of Bill's attention is going to be on the hobgoblins in front of him, considering what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He probably just shout back saying, "Thanks for watching my back." Because obviously, those three are at his back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know it.
Okay, very well. Next up is Viv.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much. It's not done.
Just wakes up and is like, what happened?
Thank you. Thanks so much. I've been mad dashing this entire time to finish the character sheet. Let's see.
You can also delay.
I think. I think first Viv is going to look to the others and just ask, guys, what's the plan? Great.
I think we all look as confused as you. Like,
Okay, then. Would I be able to ready summoning that Eidolon? Because I know it's 3 actions. Does it have to be less than 2 actions to ready it?
Well, yes and no. It does take an action to ready. I would just summon the Eidolon.
Okay.
Your Eidolon appears.
It's no longer Viv.
Describe what it looks like.
Well, first, whenever it is for someone's, it just kind of looks like a pretty looking box. But there's a little crank on the side, so whenever she winds it up and throws it out, suddenly a jester-like Jack-in-the-Box emerges from that box.
Hell yeah. The sinister dun 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 dun.
No, it's not very sinister because Viv is panicking. Like,
Yeah.
like in any other situation, there would be that cool reveal of this is the new Eidolon. Dun, 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 dun.
That's fucking terrifying.
No one knows where the music's coming from. They just hear
Goes
panic.
the
Dun.
Wait, aren't you the one with Arsenius heart? Isn't the music potentially coming from the heart as you're playing this? Channeling or something?
what?
It's true.
You have Arsenis what?
Remember his crystallized heart.
It was the secret menu item from way before.
Oh. I
Yeah,
forgot
it
about
lets
that.
her it lets her
Oh,
use
no.
mind controlling effects on undead, which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I forgot you were carrying around Arsenis heart.
I think there's a lot. I think there's generally a lot of stuff we tend to forget we're carrying.
I also have,
Like an
I also have
arm
a worm in
that
my
we have-
brain, Lushara.
Yeah.
I have a
Okay.
worm
Yeah,
in my
no,
brain and putting my
we
friend
saw
to
it.
fish my
Anyway.
heart. I'm basically Mary Shelley.
All right. Can you is there a way you can describe in a little more detail what your Eidolon does look like?
Oh, do you want me to work on the here for while you keep going?
Oh no, I have it. I just need a little more.
Okay, sorry. It was kind of caught between doing the
No. No. As in, I just need anything that I haven't already put in that I can make sure it's there and not
I would
ruin
say-
your vision.
Oh, it's quite plain though, because basically they're still figuring out. But I think it'll have celestial motifs if anywhere that is possible to add, like stars and moons and all that.
I gotcha. Okay, cool.
Nice.
It very much looks like very simple character design because it's just what you would have seen of like gestures described in storybooks and things like that. So nothing very detailed.
Playful or like terrifying?
Playful.
Oh, okay.
Which is also terrifying.
You can make it terrifying if you want. They don't really know what playful and terrifying is to people relatively.
No, it's fine.
Like a combination of the two.
It can get terrifying, but she intends it to be playful.
Fair. Okay. All right, done and done. The Eidolon is summoned, which then brings us to Kitari Lambosa. Captain Lambosa turns to see the group, the Eidolon being summoned. She says, "Men at the ready! Stand down. This is justice being served. Unless you wish to see yourselves trumped up on your own charges, I suggest you lay your arms down now before it gets messy." And that's all she does. She just, and she'll draw her rapier. Actually, she will use an ability. It's called No Quarter, which will give a buff to these two guys. But not her, which is fine. So, readying an action and barking an order. All right. Lashara.
Lushara does not like the way this is going down, so she's freaked out and decides to use her ability to summon the shield that the publican bestowed upon her. So she's going to use her focus point.
Mm-hmm.
She's just going to throw her hands out to either side and make a dome that encompasses all of us near me, because I think everyone has to be adjacent to each other to get the size set.
Okay.
So
I'm guessing it works the same where if we attack, then they can come through and attack too.
Yeah. So if you attack anyone while you're in it, they can attack you back, and then I can allow or prevent anyone I want to go in there, and this acts as a shield of force. So she's going to use her ability to do that and be like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And that's
Nice.
all she's doing on this turn. She's just like, I'm gonna shield us. I don't know what's happening yet, and I'm just don't like it.
Okay, done and done.
How big is the shield?
It is basically extends around five of us because of the Eidon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends on the initial size is how many people are adjacent to Lushara and each other. So it's just big enough for us. So I can have if Bill
Would it
runs over, I
push
can
her
let him
back
in.
then? Would it push the captain backwards then?
I don't think it would move anybody. She just can't get in.
Right, but if it's like a circle, like a perfect circle kind of, if it comes out, I don't know. I was just thinking that'd be kind of funny
what?
if
It's
it
the first time she's summoned this. It's not a perfect shape yet.
It's an oval.
So that, this is new. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
No, it's oblong. It's not a
Okay.
That's funny.
Beautiful. That is done and done. Following
It's
which,
perfect.
we go to the Hobgoblin Spellbreaker. The first to move in on Bilratar. He steps forward with a breaching pike, which means he does not step forward. He stays right there. All right. Pike on Bilratar. He gets advantage on this, so he rolls twice and takes the higher. That's a 1 and a 2.
Ooh.
So the pike reaches down, and Bilrotar, you are skewered. Your temporary hit points manage to absorb some of the blow, but you still are a little injured. The second attack he makes... You don't have any spells active, do you? No.
Spells on
Yeah.
Bill?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Second attack. Hiya! He misses. Third attack, he's going to move to interpose himself.
Remember your advantage.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Thank you. I'm going to forget that all the time, I swear. And his third action, he is going to move to interpose himself onto the... Yeah. But it's at advantage, so it's fine. Yeah, he's going to move himself to interpose himself between you and the ambassador. The next one... he seems to step forward and similarly just seems to ready an action with his pole arm. If anyone tries anything funny, he's gonna pokety poke you. And all of you are within reach, so... Yeah.
Yep.
So that's his ready...
You're in a shield.
Yeah, that's his ready
Like
action.
that.
Oh yeah, does he need to make his save? Like, what range is the shield again, sorry?
It just... The description you gave me was the bubble expands if each person is within 5 feet of each other. It lasts as long as needed. Acts as shield of force at 1,000 HP.
Okay. Is that for each person or
So-
just one bubble with everyone?
One bubble with everyone.
Okay, so... One moment.
And we decided it's a little oblong, so...
Oh yeah, no, of course. Okay, so that is how big it is, which means in order to get close, what does he need to do? He needs to make a...
It doesn't... You never said... It
Oh,
just, I think it was just they can't get in
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah. So, yeah,
it's a
he's-
shield of force.
Yeah, so he is stuck. He's basically... yeah, he is...
He's gonna have to circle around.
Yeah. I mean, he can't... No, he kind of gets stuck there, and he's just sort of like, they're protecting themselves. He's going to wait here, ready in action, but that's about it. I think that seems plenty for him. All right, then we have the ambassador. The ambassador's like, foolish human. No, he doesn't. Sorry, I was channeling my invader Zim. Foolish human. Let's see. He is going to say, surrender, you pathetic, scrumpy little maggot. Dorta, he makes an intimidate check against you. At
Ooh.
advantage. Well, which is disadvantage for you, so. Hiya. You're fine. Which means you are just frightened 1.
Bill's a little concerned.
Yeah. He's concerned. And he says, you pathetic, scrawny, miserable little worm. I knew that your people were good for nothing more than shifting dirt. The orcs should have killed you before you ever touched sky. And he draws out his glaive as his second action.
That doesn't sound very diplomatic.
He says it in Dwarven.
Oh, we have no idea. They're just yelling at each other. Oh, yeah.
That'll teach you.
Dang it.
It's like, I need to learn every language now.
And his last
Somehow.
action, you know what? Why not? He's gonna do that intimidating thing again because he can.
Double
there you go.
intimidate. Rawr.
Yeah, so
Rawr.
gonna try and intimidate you again. Yep. Hiya. And at the disadvantage. Oh, there we go. Okay, that is a failure, which is. Frightened 2. Okay. Done and done. That is what he does. Also, he is giving a bonus to these two guys for being in formation with him because he is a hobgoblin. Birita, it is finally your turn.
Now, question.
Yes.
How much chaos do you wish to?
What do you mean I wish? Why do you think I wish? What part of what is currently happening falls under the category of Michael wishes?
Yeah,
Well-
pretty sure you started it, Squad.
Quite possibly. Or Dan did give the secret menu item for the random draws for the Haro deck.
That's true.
For
You
things to
guys
come
do
in.
have the Harrow deck stuff. So yeah, if you want to do the Harrow
Yep.
deck draw, we can do the Harrow deck draw.
Let's do a Haro deck draw.
Harrow deck draw
Nice.
it is. Okay.
This is how Bill fights.
So for those of you in
He's
the
like-
audience who don't know what this is, one of the earlier secret menu items that were given to the group was a draw from the deck of Harrows, where you will get to summon a tangible version of a storytelling thing from the Harrow deck. 2 people, however, had permanent versions of this, and that is, of course, Aelith and Lashara. Aelith has already utilized their one, summoning the Tyrant into this world for no reason. Lashara still has their permanent one, and I believe now that Bilratar has used his temporary one, both Rongol and Viv still have their temporary one, but
Yeah.
and Lashara has their permanent, and then that's it. Everything's gone, I think.
No,
I keep forgetting we still get powers even on the temporary ones. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
do.
Char used hers,
And
but yeah, no,
the
she
three,
got
the three of us that hadn't used ones before had 2 temporary ones because
Oh, right,
it
right,
was
right.
hit twice.
Oh,
Mhm.
right. Okay, cool. So
Yep.
there we go. All right,
Yeah.
Bilratar, give me a number between 1 to 3, and that is how many I'm going to spread out.
2.
2. All right. So spread, reset, spread, reset. Okay, this is the spread. Take your pick. We do have 2 that you can't take, of course.
Oh,
The cricket. Okay. So, Bilratar, you summon a tiny cricket.
His conscience.
yeah, it says
Oh.
conscious.
Yes.
Oh,
It's like,
What
well,
did you do?
listen here, Bilratar. I think you done fucked up here. I don't
he
think
jumps
there's.
campaigns.
I think summoning me here was too little, too late, my friend. I mean,
Like, I just left here from a colo not too long ago.
I'm a bucket of water against a bushfire here at this point when it comes to dealing with your morality. All right, the cricket. The cricket represents a creature whose mind is as quick as its body. It represents speed and the quick passage. Although the cricket is commonly associated with travel, the fruit represents treasure found at the end of a journey. If the cricket is misaligned, the journey will go poorly, and the treasure is one that is lost rather than found. Very well. I think with this one, you do indeed have a cricket that somehow manages to grab and roll around in your beard. While on your person, you are under the effects of a freedom of movement spell that allows you to escape grapples and yada yada yada. So it is the spell. Once this scene is
awesome.
over, the transferable power is Bilratar's movement can never be lowered. Now, you can be grappled, you can be restrained, you can be tied up, but anything that would otherwise lower your movement speed no longer does so. I will also point out that any penalties that happen for traveling at full move speed will still occur. So if you're like running, sprinting, like next to a pool, for example, you'll still need to make an acrobatics check or fall. But if you walk through tar, for example, tar will not stop you. You will just keep going at your normal speed without being
That's
you know,
cool.
stopped. Yeah. Okay. So that is the cricket in effect for this battle. The cricket pops out of your beard, looks around and says, listen, Chief, I think this is a terrible idea. I think, oh God, there's so many of them. We should run. That's what
Have a
we
little
should do.
tiny
We
sword.
should run. Why is it that the person that summoned me is the person with the smallest legs? Have you thought about getting more legs? I tell you what, I've got 6. If I could give you spares, I would. But like, 6 legs, I guarantee, like, fucking the best thing ever.
Yeah. The best thing is, while Bill's raging, he's actually got a 30 move speed, so...
There you go. Yeah, you hear me, big guy? Hello, is this thing on?
Yeah. He was once like,
Cricket
just
yelling
about to
at
make a
him
path.
for
we just hear.
Make a path. Make a path. You want me to make a path? Okay, I'll make a path.
No,
Oh,
no.
Look at me.
I said he's about to be. Anyway,
Don't you mean find a path?
Oh.
Because we're playing Pathfinder.
He's a cricket finder.
And just like that, I finally get my royalties. Fuck yeah. Anyway, Could you imagine? That should so. I mean, I would never do this, right? But it'd be such a fun fucking game if if I could get you guys to say the word Pathfinder, everyone owes me like a Coke or something. Like, if I can get one of you to say it without actually talking about the game, but actually in game. All right.
It's fine. You just make an entire game where we're all part of the Pathfinder Society.
No, but that's still it. No, you got to talk about finding the path or pathfinding, and yeah. Okay. So, Bilrata, that was your free action to draw from the Harrow deck.
Yep. Well, he got stabbed, so it makes sense that he would try to retaliate. So Bill will take a step forward. Well, we've got movement locked. You've got movement locked, Dan.
Oh, do I? Sorry. Kaboobity. There you go. All right. Now, as you've moved up, do you have reactive strike, sir? You have yes, you do have you do have reactive strike. All right, so he's gonna swing at you with his pike. With advantage. Oh, does nothing. Okay, he misses. Carry on.
Then Bill will try to do a great big solid punch to this guy's jaw.
This is what he did in the past, and he breaks the guy's back over the table.
That will hit.
That will still hit.
That will still hit. All right, nice. Even with the aura of misfortune, you managed to land a solid blow. Wham! Hitting him for 10 damage. That's
nice.
10 damage out of... Okay, it's not a bad hit, actually. That's actually a decent hit. The Hobgoblin reels a little bit. But the readied action of the Ambassador now goes. After you have struck one of his allies, he stabs the ally through the body.
Ooh.
Which he does. Which is going to not only give him advantage... Alright, but is also going to give him a sneak attack.
It's not very good leadership to just stab through your own guys.
Speak up, I can't hear you cowering in the back.
So it's an extra.
Alright, with the sneak attack damage, that is an extra 7 points of damage as the Hobgoblin gets hit. He is going to take the damage as well. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, okay, he takes it. Yep. So, yep, the Hobgoblin has been stabbed, and because he didn't crit, which I wanted to, he was trying to actually impale you, but he did not manage to do so. All right.
Third action.
Yep.
Is I knew you were a bunch of cowering misfits. And I guess the third one for somatics, he's going to try and kick the interposing one into the ambassador. It's just an unarmed strike, but
sure. We'll go with a potential crit for that one as a crit effect. I
doubt it happened.
Yeah. Because you're at a disadvantage, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, give it a go.
Ends up as a miss.
He does miss, unfortunately. All right. So yeah, you try to kick him back into the ambassador, but it does not seem to take. All right, the Hell Knights. The Hell Knights are gonna move position. I mean, they kind of can't really get in closer. They kind of help, you know. Like again, they're just actually, you know what? They'll circle around a little bit, just a little bit, wee bit here. Okay. The two Hell Knights just ready actions and chill there. The Goblin Archer is going to fire at Bilratar. At advantage. Alright, with one shot hitting. For 3 damage. He is then going to use his ability Running Reload, where he will move to here. Just so he can stay within the aura of his captain. And will then fire his next shot at you. Oof, that's not great. I don't like that. Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Oh! I mean, it's still good. But you all saw that. It was teetering on that 20. It wanted it. That's fine. Alright, 6 points of damage. Done and Dunzo. The second Hobgoblin. It's going to fire the first time and miss automatically because it doesn't realize there's a wall of force there. So he fires and then you watch as it bounces off the force shield. How much damage does the force shield take?
I guess whatever the damage, but it has 1,000 HP.
Yep, I'm not even gonna fucking start counting. I'm just gonna have this. I'm gonna have the Hobgoblin see where this guy is, and actually, you know what? No, I'll give him an intelligence check.
I was just going to remind Jen, she didn't say when she wanted to come back into initiative in this round.
Yes, because otherwise you're gonna miss out. Yep. So there you go.
Yep.
He's gonna move to here. With the reload, and then he's going to try and shoot Bilratar, which he is no longer obstructed.
You kind of put your guy over that, so that he was going to attack the Hell Knight. I was like, oh my god, but no.
No, he's
Never
shooting
mind.
over him. Because remember, he's on the platform above.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Bilratar, the second shot is going to hit. Whack! All right. Now, Rongal, what was your readied action?
It was for the sailors or the captain.
Okay, so that's not gonna be.
If they were to engage with Bilratar,
yeah, sure.
I was gonna try and
that's
grapple him to hold him back. Yeah.
Yep, so that's not it. All right, last chance for. Well, actually, seeing as you delayed your action, it's not gonna really make a difference because we're now back to Aelith anyway. So,
Oh yeah, sorry. Viv was at the end too, but Viv is behind
that's
me also.
that's the Eidolon Viv.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
seeing as how they're coming after us as well. Elith is just going to move to just outside our barrier. She's just going to do it, hopefully, just a regular bow attack. Where? All right. Things are freezing up. Hold on. Come on, behave. There we go. All right. She's going to go after this archer that's right next to us. And here we go.
now, can you refresh me on the parameters of firing out of the bubble, please?
If I fire in the bubble, that means that they can fire in at me only.
Yeah, cool.
So if I step out, then attack, and then I was going to step
But that
back
means. But you can still attack from within the bubble. It just means that. Because now that you're out,
It's that
the sailors could come and get you. The Hell Knights could come and get you.
But I can go back.
She can go back in if she wants, because I can allow her in and out.
Yep.
True.
Because the bow, stepping out, that's 1. Then I just did a simple bow attack, which is 2, and then I could use my third one to go back in.
But if you just stay in, you could do 2 shots.
Right.
If you
Good.
wanted.
Up to Aelith. She can shoot from within there or not. She'd only have to worry about the archers, because they'd be able to shoot back at her.
I guess
Yeah.
that'd be funny if it's you leave, shoot him, and go back, and you're still under the effect because you didn't shoot him from within, so now it doesn't count still, and they can't shoot you still if you're back inside.
Yeah, well, I critically missed anyway.
That'd be interesting.
so-
All right. Yeah. Okay. So with a critical miss, give us a number between 1 to 5.
5.
All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With your ranged attack, you gave it everything you've got, and you are fatigued.
Alrighty. Then she's just gonna step right back in. Well, that didn't go well.
Okay. Sorry, where did you step out again? You stepped out here, didn't you?
Yes, right about here.
Okay. Cool. Yep, never mind. You're good. Okay. Looking at stuff, we then go to... Oh, no, I didn't want that. Yeah. Rongol.
All right, I just seeing that Bilrotar was attacked by the ambassador by a spear that went through the guard. I turn to Captain Lambosa and I say, "The ambassador just attacked one of his allies. I don't think to get to my friend. I don't think that's very outreach program. Like, what do you say?"
What?
I'm basically telling her that, it doesn't seem very outreach programmy that that their leader, the ambassador, has attacked one of his own allies to get to my friend.
What are you basing that on?
What I just saw Bill
No,
Target
I know you
attacked.
saw, no, I know you saw that, but what is... But
my goal is to get
what
her...
is ambassadory? What is outreachy to you?
The fact that this group is supposed to be like hobgoblin friendly. It's a hobgoblin outreach and reconciliation program. I don't think it's a good thing for a hobgoblin to be attacking another hobgoblin.
That's not what this place is, nor what these guys are. Bilrotar assaulted the person in charge of the hobgoblin outreach, but that's not where you are.
But why would he attack his own friend or his own ally?
I mean, you can
That's
ask
what
that. Yeah. Okay. So
that's what Rongol is trying to ask.
So Rongol is asking Captain Lambosa.
Captain Lambosa, yeah. Why the ambassador
is attacking his own men?
Is his own men? Yes.
Roll a diplomacy check, I guess.
It's 21.
Captain Lambosa says, Jesus, what do I even say here? Okay. They are hobgoblins. They have their military ways. No one goes into battle not being prepared to die. If this is how they fight, then this is how they fight. This is their embassy. We are on their sacred land. And you will be silent and surrender yourselves.
Would you kill one of your own to obtain a criminal?
No. Because they would already be laying down their lives for the privilege. Cool. That's your turn.
Yeah.
Viv's main buddy.
Rotar, you got this.
Okay. Let's see. I am so close to being done with the human one, but unfortunately I don't think I can do that right yet. Let's see. Can we see if anyone specifically is holding Bill's weapons?
No one in this room is holding Bill's weapons.
Okay, just curious. I'm trying to find a spell because the summoner has updated itself on Fantasy Grounds, so now I realized, oh, I have access to level 3 spells, but I don't think it's on the modules we have, so trying to work around that while I find it. Sorry.
No, that's okay. If you want, you can have a role play scene.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Your Eidolon. What do you imagine it sounds like?
I imagine it has a bit of a, like, Spinel laugh from Steven Universe.
Okay.
It doesn't really talk, as it's more just like, it is basically just taking the form of a toy.
Oh, I didn't mean to push that. All right.
Okay. I'm with you. Very well. All right. I think I have your little guy.
Ooh.
You okay?
I just need to see if I can add one final touch, and if I can, brilliant. If I can't, then I will push it to post anyway. All right. Are you giving any instruction to your fella?
Okay. We'll turn to this Jack in the Box and just say, "Alright, buddy, our friend's in a bit of trouble, so if you would be so kind, please go be by their side real quick and make sure they're okay."
Okay. Your Eidolon seems to nod, bouncing up and down as it does so. And as it does, it then begins to hop towards Bilratar.
And it will go to Bilotar's side. And its commands are go to Bilotar and defend.
Go to Bilratar and defend. Alright. Done and done. Okay. Good. And sweet. And print. Here we go. You guys ready to see what I made up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For some reason, I imagine when this thing's summoned, it has the Korok left and then goes to the Spinel left.
I mean, it could. Do a bunch of different stuff, but this one I think I think it hits both a creepy and a good, like, kind of, yeah, creepy and good. But I think a little creepy because it looks a bit broken, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out.
I'm very excited.
Like an unfinished toy. That'd be interesting.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Thank you. Share, grab, here we go. Oh, it's the lighting, that's what it is. Okay. No, thank you. No ambient lighting. capture there. Save it to here. Oh, they've changed a lot of stuff in the the environment thing.
Well, while you're doing that, I think as the Eidolon is hopping over to Bill, Viv will also say, "Bill, get your butt over here right now!" This angry little child. yelling at
Intimidation
you.
check. No.
Okay.
I don't know. He's raging. I don't think he's gonna listen.
And not
Maybe.
having
He
a chance to
He'd
win.
probably have glanced over his shoulder because it's probably the first time he's heard Viv angry.
Viv's crystal goes through undead minds. It can go through pills. A raging mind.
Oh,
I've seen
Oh,
Viv
that's
tantrum
cool.
plenty of times. You just haven't seen it turn
That-
into you.
is terrifying.
See it. Woo!
There we go. I'll make a proper make a proper token for it later, but there you go. Whip that thing up.
Awesome.
What do you think?
I love it.
So
Okay.
scary.
Shall call him Giacomo.
All right, and I'll share that to my player so you can enjoy that as well.
Nice.
Whoa!
All right, done and
Check him out.
done. Okay, so after Viv, we then go to Captain Lambosa. Surround them. Do not let them escape. Don't let them do the hit and run tactic. She barks the orders again, gives them their bonus, which they have. Lashara, you're up next. She's also ready in action, but yeah.
Okay. Am I within 30 feet of Bill Ratar? I can't remember how to do the measure tool.
Yeah.
Just.
Sweet. Lushara is going to throw, it kind of looks like when she does this, she kind of twists her hand and flings it, and it looks like thread, and then it stretches over Bill, and she's cast Forbidding Ward on him, which wards an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from a targeted enemy. The target ally gains a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against the target enemy's attacks, spells, and other effects.
Nice. Good move.
Yes.
All right, as the
So-
thin veil covers your body, Bill, of twine and string that is magically enchanted, you gain said bonus. That leaves one action left with Shara if you want to take it.
Nah. She's
Does
just gonna
the-
stay where she is.
Does the bubble need to be sustained, or?
I should believe it's a
it's
concentration
just-
check. Is it not?
It's just there.
No.
okay.
You didn't give me any instructions on that. You just said it's there.
Oh,
So-
okay.
She's just hanging out.
Then it is. There you
She's
go.
just like, yep.
Nice.
Nope.
All right. The Spellbreakers. This individual is going to. He's been run through. He looks up and he. Unfortunately, he is now too close to stab Bilratar with his pike. So he's just going to just start wailing on Bilratar's face with a good old fisty fist. All right. Well, it's at advantage, you know. We'll see if it still if it crit. Oh, nice. Critical hit.
Oh shit.
Birita, the first hit. Boom! Just this solid hit of 18 points of damage. Give us a number between 1 to 5.
3.
1, 2, 3. Triple damage. No, it's not. Although the slashing would have been triple damage. Here is My Teeth. You must make a DC 5 check to speak or cast verbal spells. I feel like this is a good one for you. I feel like it's a boon. All right. So yeah. first one is a critical clobbering to Bilratar's jaw. Second one, again, let's roll with advantage just to see. Yep, no, that's fine. Is a single hit. Bilratar gets smacked on the other side for 8 damage.
Oof.
And you know what? Screw it. Let's do a third one. We're at advantage. We don't get those very often. Ooh, 19 will miss. But that's okay. As long as it's not a crit miss, it's fine. My hit!
Damn.
Yeah?
OG, did you put the effect on me for the 1 AC?
Let me see if I can drag it.
Oh, if you haven't, then yeah, that'll miss. Cool.
Okay.
Easy done.
Combat.
After that is the second Spellbreaker. The Spellbreaker uses his magic senses. You watch as his eyes begin to glow.
There we
What
go.
is your
Bill.
what is your character's CDC, Lashara?
CDC. Combat. Is that the combat maneuvers?
No. It's your class DC.
Oh, class DC. Okay.
Yeah.
That is under.
Under combat, under spell and class
Combat.
proficiencies.
21.
21. All right. You watch as this guy, as he scans with one action, and he seems to find a weak point. He takes his pike. You know what? I'll use my jinx. I'll use my jinx point. Why not? Let's try it. Let's move these guys from inside the bubble to outside the bubble. Here we go. Come on, buddy. You can do it. 21. That's what we're chasing. 31 with a crit. So here's what's going to happen. That crit is going to be bad. So as he has taken his pike, he hits it, and the force shield explodes. As it does so, everyone needs to make me a reflex save or be knocked prone.
Rude.
26.
You're fine. Not fine. Fine. And Viv? Still making
sorry,
stuff?
sorry. No, trying to do a shift on. Oh, wait, is that it? Is that it?
Oh no!
Nope.
Can I use one of my hero points?
You can use a hero point if you like. Yeah.
I would like to do that if that's okay. Thank you
Sure,
so
no worries.
much.
Make another reflex save.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
you're
go.
fine. Cool. Not a
Oh.
problem. And the Eidolon.
That's just who's trying. Oh yeah.
Eidolon is by Bill.
Oh yes, it is by Bill. You are correct, sir.
Oh, what does the Eidolon do to defend Bill, by the way? Just curious.
Well, I mean, it needs to take its actions with your actions. So basically, 2 actions, it would have moved out and had to have double moved to get to Bill. So it's not doing anything presently. But it is going to attempt to try and free Bilratar and help him.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that was the first Spellbreaker. Sorry, that was the second Spellbreaker. Now the Archer... No, sorry, the Ambassador. Aha, the Ambassador. The Ambassador rips the glaive out from his teammate. And says, "You will not get away!" As he swings at Bilratar. As the glaive swings around, a critical hit is landed. And Bilratar will go down unless he uses a hero point. Or in this case, I will allow Viv to use a hero point to have the Eidolon take the damage instead.
But out of care, did you have a preference, Scalia?
I'll use a hero point.
How would you want this one to go out for Bill?
Alright, Bilratar, lower yourself and place you on 1 hit point as you take the blow and manage to brace yourself just in time to survive the hit without falling unconscious. With his next action, he will try again. Stubborn dwarf! Ah! A regular hit. Yep. So that is a regular hit. I mean, damage will knock you out. So of course, same rules apply. Do you want to use a hero point to stay up, or Viv? Do you want to use a hero point to absorb the damage?
I'll absorb the damage with a hero point.
Okay, not a problem. Viv stepping in the way to take the blow.
The Jackenbot's quite uncomfortably sort of just bent itself over Bilrotar, so it's looking at the ambassador upside down.
All right, yeah,
That's
just
so
sort of like-
creepy.
all right, Bilrotar,
Oh,
third
great.
and final hit, with an advantage. Let's see if we go with that. All right. All right.
Ooh.
This hit comes swinging down as the glaive basically flies across the room here.
Ooh. Dag. We got a now.
However, thank you, Neil.
Sorry.
I am building. Okay, Neil.
I know, I'm
Neil,
sorry.
Neil, look at me.
I know, I always do
It's fine,
this. I'm
it's fine.
sorry.
I know you do, but we're taking a moment. First of all, it is okay. I want you to know that I appreciate the fact that you're looking out for stuff. I also appreciate the fact that you get really excited for stuff. I do. And you see, as a very good DM, I have this really cool thing where I have, like, you know, suspense of, like, disbelief, and those pure moments, like, you know, me waiting till after I make the attack before I have the attack
Okay.
interrupted, so that there's that more drama. But what ruins that
Sorry.
drama, of course, as you are aware now, is when someone shouts, "Oh wait!" you know, because that takes
I
all
know,
that
I'm
tension
sorry.
and story that I build and then throws it to the side. Okay, so. Again,
Thank
I
you,
want you to
Cass.
know, on the one hand, it is appreciated. On the second, shut the fuck up. Right? Two coins, two sides of the same coin. I appreciate you. I really do. This is the level of
I
excitement I
know.
want from you, and I don't want you to stop, and I don't want you to feel bad. But I want you to feel bad a little, okay? You know, like, that's the weird thing about this relationship, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Feel a little bad, but it's okay, you know? Like, it's
But
fine.
keep doing it.
Anyway, Bilrotar, as the ambassador, reaches out to try and swing with his glaive. All of a sudden, a shot is fired. It is indeed... Sorry, one moment. God, I gotta find this now. Just give me two shakety shakes. Because I had this, except I've got so many windows open. Okay. A shot is fired. And as it is done so, a bullet ricochets off the actual glaive itself. When it hits, I need to roll the hit here. You guys are level 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really hope so. I just finished making the character sheet. If y'all told me I had another level to add, I was going to join the Hobgoblins.
I mean, maybe.
Don't.
Okay, here we go. All right, let's see how he goes. He is at advantage himself. Oh, that's terrible. Birita. I mean, this will still work, but do you wish to use a hero point to give him another reroll? It's whether or not he shoots the weapon or shoots the guy.
Could I be extra mean and say use the nat 20 for the guy instead?
That could be pretty mean. Sure. I don't know if I wanted to give that, but you know what? Okay, fine. A bullet flies from across the road. Let's see, where is he? Okay, there we go. So with a natural 20, there we go. which I think could actually... Yeah, that's fine. All right, 31 points of damage. You basically watch as the back of this hobgoblin's ear is like taken off as he's like just narrowly missed from a headshot. As the sound that cracks almost like thunder causes the blade to drop from his hand. Bill, it's a crit hit, so give us a number between 1 to 5.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Piercing damage. Critical hit. Sends them reeling.
Ooh.
Target is flat-footed until the end of the next round. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So yes, this individual has made him off guard. The goblin says, What was that? Who dares fire upon me and my magnificent magnificence? He tries to look out. However, the streets are dark. The archer begins to look out as well, trying to find where the hell this person, this shot happens to be. Again, at advantage, a second shot fires out. The archer is struck. He tries valiantly to get into cover. Ooh, that is an advantage, so let's try that again. As the final shot flies out, does not hit. That's fine. All right. The cover fire has caused the distraction. The guards, the Chelish guards, they are disoriented. They are now no longer looking at our group. They're now looking at Bilratar and what is happening over there. All right. That was the ambassador's turn. He is now trying to take cover. The hobgoblin spellbreaker. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Wait. No, that was they had to go. That was them. Bilratar, it is now your turn, actually.
Mm-hmm. So before Bill steps away to get cover, because he's got no idea why these guys are being shot, so he's going to seek cover eventually for himself. But he's going to try and finish off with one solid punch to the hobgoblin in front of him before he retreats.
Sure. All right, a solid punch you do manage to find.
Yep, even with the disadvantage.
Even with the disadvantage, yep, nice, good hit. All right, 12 points of damage. He is clocked as you manage to give yourself an opening to leave. Because of the hit, I'm going to say that he is going to ignore the attack of opportunity because he's reeling from the hit, so that's not a problem.
Yep, and then what I was going to do was effectively go over to this wall and basically duck behind it because he doesn't know where the shots were coming from. And potentially if he's also a target.
True. Who knows? Okay.
Which I appreciate technically moves where that central aura is as well. Because that was supposed to be focused on Bill, I believe.
Oh yeah, this said the whole thing will move.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. That is Bill. The Hell Knights, they are now more concerned about protecting their captain. So they move up and they basically tell the captain, sharpshooter, Captain, we should get you out of here. Captain kind of looks around and is like, well, we were supposed to bring Bilratar here and justice was supposed to be a thing. Bilratar looks pretty messed up. There's a sniper. This is a bit more than we needed to. She sounds the retreat. They will be retreating on their turn. The Hobgoblin Archer Again, tries to take cover. The Hobgoblin ambassador pushes him out of cover.
Wow.
He is going to use an action to try and see if he can figure out where the hell these shots are coming from. He does... Oh, he actually might. Hold on. I should roll these, like, in advance, but I didn't. That was silly me. Silly dag. Being a silly guy. Here we go. And he had advantage. Nice, 31. Okay, cool. So he does not notice the guy, the sniper. He just fires like, you know, he's just firing, just trying his best to, like, you know, not die. Okay.
Reminder to take the nat 20 deck.
Oh yes, I will. Thank you for your honesty. Okay, after the archer goes the other archer. He has not been shot. He sees Bilratar running. Sees the group. He's going to try and shoot Bilratar. And yep, that's the goal. No escape for you. Alright, Bilratar, you are getting shot. Are we using a hero point to stay up?
Sure. Was the last one.
Alright, hero point. Bilratar stays up. At this point, he is going to use a moving reload. But this time he is going to use an acrobatics check to jump over here into cover. He is basically also after the sniper as well, but wants to keep a weather eye out on things. So he's just getting a better position. Then we're back to Aelith.
You're muted, Jen. And Zoom, you're muted.
There. So the one on the stairs behind us, that is one of the spellbreakers.
Yep, that's the spellbreaker on the stairs.
Okay. Since I had accidentally activated gravity weapon, that's fine. I'll use that as an action, and then I'm gonna do 2 action bow attack at him.
All right, go ahead.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, and where is it? And so now, damage.
Ooh.
I love those dice. They kind of look like Minecraft dice. All right. Nice. The Hobgoblin is hit twice. Hobgoblin
That's it.
Hobgoblin glowers at you angrily. It is going after you. Well, next anyway. Rongol, it is up to you.
Okay. I saw this hobgoblin move this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 movements as I'm gonna get up to him, pulling my grapple string out, and I'm going to try and grapple him with the rope of the grapple gun, trying to garrote him.
Do you remember
With
the
a hero
lesson?
point,
Do
if
you
I
remember
can.
the really big conversation we had like at the end of last game? You know, the thing where it's like,
It's been like 2
sometimes we
weeks,
try to
but yeah.
take actions that we think are super smart, but actually waste a shit ton of time because we're not actually, you know, trained or have any know-how, or that doesn't actually do any damage, or it doesn't stop them from shooting me in the gut with a crossbow. It's actually just a whole
Oh.
bunch of actions that
Oh.
don't achieve things. Do you remember that conversation? Vaguely.
I mean,
And when everyone's doing it in a round of combat, when, you know, action economy is so important and one player is on 1 hit point, that actually trying to properly disable an actual enemy is going to be way more impressive than me having to then embarrassingly shoot your character because you've wrapped their neck with a piece of string that can be cut with a knife.
I guess.
I'm not telling you no. I was by request asked to remind you guys about this. This is why. By the way, I want to give full points. I want to give full points to Jen here. In fact, I'm gonna more than just give words. I'm gonna give Jen. Jen, you're gonna get a hero point because Jen remembered our conversation where Jen said. Where we talked about how Jen likes to ask a million questions, know all the different facets of things, figure everything out, analyze the entire situation, ask everyone a million things, then find out what everyone wants to do, then take a vote, and then bring it to a Senate, and then create forums, and then maybe she'll decide to take a dog for a walk, you know. Whereas I made a very, very good point that as a survivalist and as a ranger, you should be more assertive. You should be someone who is like, you know, deal with shit later. Get into battle, get into the fray, and Jen, today you've been all over that, and I wanna give you actual physical, like, well done. Like you've put into practice everything I've wanted and more. You've kept Aelith like super interested, and Rongol has done the same pretty much as well, which is really good. But I need to see that actioned, not just heard, action. So I'm leading by example. I'm actioning as well. So
well,
Neil, what does Rongol do in this situation of life and death?
I don't really have a way to help Bilrotar get healed, but I guess I could try
Are you
to
the
take...
healer?
No.
Stop fucking
I guess
around.
I could...
Do your thing.
Could I use... Okay. Could I use my combat grapple when I get into range to try and disarm the he had a crossbow or a bow? This guy over here.
That guy, he had a crossbow. Are you a grappling hook specialist? Don't fuck around. What do you do, and what do you do well?
Well, I have training in simple weapons and martial weapons, and it's a martial
and
weapon.
what weapon have you? Yeah, so you've lost your chakram. We've done that. What happens after
so
this?
I turned my new implement into the combat grapple for now.
Okay,
that's what I was doing on the ship.
Okay, so let's spitball how a grappling hook works. What does a grappling hook do?
Well, it shoots.
Fantastic.
Or throws, technically.
Now, this is, by the way, also to the audience, this is why you want to work with your DM as opposed to working aside your DM. As an ex-martial artist, I can tell you that there is a very, very good series of weapons that use chain abilities very similar. The more common one that is used in role-playing games was known as the meteor hammer, basically a large length of chain with a large weight on the end of it. Very similarly, a grappling rope functions in very much the same way. Rather than shooting people or trying to choke people with the rope, you have 4 units that actually are a point of contact for attacks. The first is to create swinging arcs with the rope and using the heavy weight at the end to land your strikes. The second is to tie the rope in half and crack it very similar to a whip, using the flexibility of the rope to land slashing-based attacks instead of bludgeoning. The third is as you attempted to use first, but does not do damage, which is as a restraint to catch, to ensnare, and to move, but that is what we like to call 0-point combat. It is no longer a ranged weapon, it is now close quarters melee and will require athletics checks to do so. What is your athletics like? Good?
Yeah, it's a plus 10.
Cool. Alright, sweet. The fourth and most useful one is when it is used as a mobility tactic in order to turn your physical body into a wrecking ball. Don't shoot them with your grappling hook, shoot behind them with the grappling hook, draw yourself in and kick them in the fucking face. That's, literally how it works. Or you can shoot it in the air and swing down and then kick them in the face. Or, a million different ways to turn yourself into a projectile as well. These 4 methods...
That was something I thought about before game too, but
Sure.
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. These 4 methods are predominantly how I would go about using your particular weapon. Now, for your implement's sake, I'm more than happy to have you work it so that you're using your implement attack, so the one for your primary attack, as an equivalent for your fist or your unarmed strike, depending on what you're doing as well.
The implement is just because of my esoteric stuff.
Do
I
you
get
get
extra
your bonus
stuff
to your attack from it?
if I have to do an esoteric skill, or I have to do, what was the
Yes or
skill
no?
called? No.
Cool. Nice and easy. You don't need to waste my time explaining to me why you can't do that. So anyway, these are the ways that you would utilize that in combat. Let's utilize them. Grappling and restraining them is not the name of the game right now, nor is trying to figure out how to go heal Biratar. Right now, take a piece off the board so there's less stuff hitting people.
Okay.
I will give you another hint. Great tactic is if everyone is attacking a single target, that target will go down way quicker. If you split your attention, whether or not your enemies are on full hit points or 1 hit point, they're always going to be taking the same amount of actions and dealing the same amount of damage.
I just know that guy had the range, so I figured he would still go after Biratar. So
Sure. And he probably
maybe if I could get myself in the way. So I think, what I'll do is I'll get close enough. Because I at least want to make it so he can't really shoot at Biratar. Maybe he has to target me for a little while. So I will go... oh wait, I guess I can shift... What was it? Shift drag?
Oh, you can just
go there, or was it alt? No, but so I know how far I can
alt.
move.
Alt.
Hold down. Hold down alt.
So I can go 25. So I guess I go like there, and then oops. Oh, and then drag him up. Sorry, I'm trying to do the second target. So I move again. It's not working.
You don't need to hold alt if you pick up where the token is now.
Oh, okay, so it does it the first time, and then I can just... Okay, got it. So I guess I'll get to there. And then target behind him with the grapple.
Sure.
To grab the railing.
Yep.
And then I will pull myself into a flying, almost like a lariat, and kind of like try to punch him with my wrist, with my arm.
All right, so make an unarmed attack because you're using 2 actions for this. I'm going to give you a +2 bonus to your attack on this one.
Ooh. Okay. Oh no, it's a 2 action to do that. Okay, yeah, so I will just do it the one.
Okay.
Can I use hero point?
Yeah, of course you can. All right, hero pointed away. Let's see what happens. That's why we have the hero points. Time to stop from dying.
Yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
All right, so make your unarmed strike as you you hit that lariat. I'm also going to give you an extra d6 of damage, but I'm going to roll that on my end.
Okay, sounds good.
You deal an extra 1 damage. So before you roll, just add 1 to your modifier.
Oh, okay, oops. So 1 modifier. Oh, come on. There we go.
Boom.
6 points of damage.
Yep, 6 points of damage. Done and done.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he did not expect to get cracked in the skull, but he did. He did indeed. All right, and that's your 3 actions.
All right.
As we go to Viv.
Alrighty. First thing, Viv is going to maintain the order for the Eidolon of move to Biratar and defend. So, you have this strange looking Jack in the Box once again, moving like slinking towards you, so it goes over.
Like
A
bounces off
slinky,
his
a
head.
slinky. Everyone loves a slinky. As it
I feel like Belle would probably be getting scared because this thing's effectively chasing him around the map. I've not
It's
seen
mine,
this
Bill!
thing before.
No, it's mine!
It sits there and goes, ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy.
You
Ah,
haven't
son of a
been
bitch! Ah!
I hate it.
You haven't been told it's Viv's. You just saw this thing hop. You didn't see it. It just started hopping behind you, and at some point lunged over, so I was bending over to take one of the hits for you. You don't know who this is until Viv shouts, "It's mine, Bill Rotar!"
But now that it's taken a hit, like half of its porcelain mask is cracked, and underneath you actually see there's just centipedes. just everywhere.
No, Dad.
No.
Oh, okay, I guess.
Don't tread on my IP.
You said I could add a little horror.
They're
You
lightning
said
bugs.
I said a little horror, Dag. Adding
little-
sentient creatures crawling around it is not a little horror. That's a new moral quandary for Viv.
Potato. Fine, go
on. One more time, just for Bill.
So, one action, you give it an instruction. The boing 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 all the way there. He still has 2 actions left. You still have your remaining 2.
How does Viv describe this to Bill? Okay, Bill, if it takes your hand, it's just trying to bring you over to the bubble. Don't resist.
Bubble's gone.
Quick, take hold
don't
of my
have the
meat
bubble.
gloves.
Ew.
Oh my god.
The bubble's been
The
shattered.
hamburger helper hands.
Oh, it's like made of the same stuff.
Yeah,
as
little
like the, you know
faces
the
on.
Stretch Armstrongs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's made of that same jelly stuff.
it's got little
Yeah,
faces
yeah.
on them too.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, there is no bubble.
No bubble. It was shattered, which is why Lushar is on the ground.
Mm.
Boulder right over.
Yep. All right, anything else, Viv?
You got 2 actions still, I think.
I have 2 actions left.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to avoid Belratar continuing to get hit is the main objective at the moment until we can figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm vibing. You keep going. You come up with whatever. It's like Zion from fucking Matrix.
And you might want to get out of that aura
Yeah.
around Bill.
If it's okay, what I might do then, because it's already been given the commands to walk over and defend, Viv is going to actually walk out of the bubble, and will try to give Lushara their hand so that Lushara can get out of the bubble as well and help them get back up from prone.
You can use your action to help them get up from prone. Not a problem. Easy. done.
Walk back, help them up from prone.
All right. At this point, Captain Lambosa and company are going to evacuate. The hobgoblin doesn't stop them from leaving. I think he thinks about it for a second, but then he realizes I can't take on the captain and two of these like Chelish sailors. Like so yeah, you guys go.
But it's an interesting one because they'd had to unbar the door for them to get out. So the door's open.
They can unbar the door. Like it takes a couple of them, but they kind of like So now the
I know,
door
but it means
the door is
the door's
unbarred.
open.
Yeah. Okay. All of a sudden, there's silence, and the next thing you know, this passageway here, you hear footsteps.
Uh-oh.
Let me just change music, because now we're into the boss mode.
Oh,
Dad.
jeez.
Oh.
Yes, Viv.
Oh, sorry. Did you need me to describe how the Eidolon defends, or did you want me to leave that up to you?
Sure, no, by all means, please describe.
Is the Eidolon allowed to ready actions? Does it have to be immediate?
Yeah, sure, he's allowed to ready. But he's only got 2 actions. So because he's moved, you can ready a single action.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the thing.
I don't know. Would it be would it be allowed to shove Vilwatar if something comes at Vilwatar to try and get it out the way?
Sure, you could try and shove Bilberton. That's fine. Yes.
I don't know what's allowed in an action. I don't.
Anything. It's forget mechanics. Just tell me what you want it to do, and I will work out the mechanics. That's my job.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't know if it had to be a very specific one.
No. I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay.
The brain is for.
Yeah. Then it will want to, in some way, be distracting, essentially. Where it's like throwing confetti or just hopping around Bilrotar.
Yeah, so it's just trying to make it more.
you
It's
just
trying to make it difficult to aim for Bilrotar. Okay, in which case,
Yeah, it's
what
trying-
I'd say
it's
is
trying
instead of
to
standing
get
there,
it
it'll
done.
stand here-ish, and it'll
Yeah.
just bounce left and right, giving Bilrotar
It looks like
effectively
one of those-
concealment. Yep,
The wacky wavy. Wait.
easy done. Okay, as for the footsteps. Footsteps emanate from this doorway here. Oh God, no. Sorry, no, that's not right at all.
The hobgoblin hero.
Let's see.
It's super hobgoblin.
Shut up, Neil.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hmm.
As the music decides to play. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, footsteps begin to make their way from the east. As they do so, Bilrotar, a large bastard sword, slides to your feet. Your eyes for a moment peel away from where the bastard swords went, and I presume you wish to pick it up. Sorry, not bastard swords, great swords. Very, very, very similar to yours.
He probably wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth at this point.
Sure. Coming from the entrance, you see a relatively familiar face in the form of Ostra. He looks at you with his one good eye and he says, "Pick it up. Butterfingers."
Aye, well, wasn't my choice to drop in the first place.
You take a moment. Make a will save.
That's not bad.
You
28.
When he says that, you have this strange sense of deja vu. You don't know where it comes from, but yeah, it's definitely not the first time you've been called Butterfingers. Do you pick up your sword?
Yeah, pick it up, yeah.
Cool. As you bend down to pick it up, Ostra shoots you in the head. He pulls out a pistol from his jacket and fires it directly into Bilrotar. What do you do? Or what does everyone do? There are no more hero points for Bilrotar, by the way. And if you want, I can roll it, but I'm not going to, just because I'm going to hit.
You still need to take the nat 20 as well, remember?
Oh, yes, and I still need to take your nat 20.
The Jack in the Box's movements suddenly get more erratic, less that sort of flowing jump as Viv starts to just scream at Ostra the second that gun is anywhere near visible.
Do it. What do you say?
Was that sorry?
What do you say as you scream? What do you, are you just like primal yelling or?
A very much a tantrum type of scream. Just. Okay. Oh. Ostra, no!
Anyone else?
I think Rangul hears the gunshot and just is like, "What the hell?" And he just like turns around, and then he's like, "What the hell?" As he sees Bill being shot.
Can I do any actions? Or is
No
it
actions,
roleplay?
just a reaction.
Okay.
Well, I mean reactions.
Then
but yeah.
just a reaction. Okay, then she would also just Lushara would scream, like, "What are you doing?" She would just scream at like Ostra, like, "What are you doing?"
Aelith? Actually, Aelith, make me a perception check.
Oh boy. What? Okay, skills perception. Can I re-roll that?
Sure, if you would like.
Yeah, because she really wants to see what's going on.
Sure.
Okay.
Critical success. Okay. Ostra, first thing you notice is Ostra on his back, is carrying a strange-looking staff with a fix on it. It has a large, broad axe attached to it, and by all intents and purposes just appears to be this massive war axe. But upon closer inspection, you realize it is a weapon known as an arabesque, or a how do I pronounce it? Arquebus? Anyway, long story short, it's a very, very long, very, very powerful rifle. In that moment, you realize that it was Ostra who is lending cover fire. It was Ostra who just gave Bilratar his weapon. And it was also Ostra who loaded his gun with a bullet containing piercing weapons filled with healing potion. As Bilratar, you heal 24 hit points from getting shot, as the capsule is really just a kind of an entrance delivery method, but it shatters and fills your body with these healing fluids as you suddenly feel a hell of a lot better.
That's new.
Actually, you just had deja vu, so technically no.
I meant getting shot.
I know it was a I'll try to be funny, you know. Haha. Waka waka. It's fine. All right. I hope you don't mind, because we are coming to the end of the session. I'm going to give this turn to Bilratar as he stands up.
Mm-hmm.
Bilratar, you rise with your weapon in hand. The hobgoblins that remain are all kind of wondering what the fuck this other hobgoblin's doing.